Hey guys, I just wanted to do another video today about planning a Disney World vacation, and I know last video I focused on annual passes, and today I'm going to focus on the difference between booking a Disney trip really far in advance and booking a last minute trip, because I realize that there are a lot of differences in how you kind of have to handle it and what's available. So I'm just going to share the information that I've gotten from booking a trip, planning a trip like 500 days out and then like waiting to book everything to booking everything about 50 days out. So let's get started. So when Summer and I were planning our Disney trip in May, we literally started planning a year and a half before. We had all of our restaurants picked out, we had a resort that we picked out, and we knew like ballpark how much it would cost, and then we basically just had to wait until the certain points, like 6 months for dining, and had to wait about like 2 months for fast passes. When you book 6 months out, you have every dining option available to you. You have every fast pass when the 2-month time period comes. You have, every discount. You at 6 months out, or whenever the discount hits, you can be the first one to get it if you are strategic. But I feel like most people who are watching my videos right now have booked Disney trips and are very good at it, and who really will wake up at 6 a.m. to get the dining reservation. I booked our trip in November about 55 days out, and I'm going to start with hotels. Hotels, with the pass holder discount, there weren't a lot available. The values were available, except Art of Animation was a little weird. The values were available. Caribbean Beach was available, but like in a really expensive room at Coronado Springs. Most of the deluxes were not available, and the ones that were extremely expensive. It was like $1,100 or something, because it was a 2-bedroom club level suite. So you either go really cheap or really expensive. When you're booking kind of closer, like last minute, it's usually the values are going to be available because they have way more rooms, or oddball deluxe rooms, or even oddball moderate, but you're not going to find every room category available. I will say the cabins at Fort Wilderness were available, but the campgrounds were pretty sold out. So it just kind of depends either way, but honestly just book at a value, because they will be available, and preferred and standard rooms were available for all of them. They were available. Fast passes. Now you would think that 55 days out, fast passes for hotel guests are released at 60 days. At day 55, so 5 days in, Seven Dwarf Mine Train was basically gone, and the Frozen ride was gone. So this just shows the importance of staying at a hotel on site, staying at a Disney property, because when you book 30 days out, if you're an off-property guest, there will be nothing left, because 5 days out, things were already starting to be pretty slim pickings. But for fast passes, we pretty much got what we wanted, but just you have to be open for oddball times to go do it, either really early in the morning or late at night was where they were pretty much at for more of the popular rides. So food is another big issue booking last minute, because unlike fast passes that are open at 60 days for resort guests, you can book dining 6 months out, so 180 days to 55 days. That's a lot of time for things to be booked. I was surprised at how many places had availability, even Le Cellier had spots, but I'd say at around day 45, all the popular things started to get booked. Cinderella's Royal Table, Crystal Palace, Ohana, things like that, they were wiped at day 55. I bet they were wiped at day 179. But this is the time, this is what we're doing, this is the time to try restaurants that you probably wouldn't have gone to. I'm not saying that these restaurants are bad, I'm just saying this is the time for last minute trips to pick restaurants you probably wouldn't eat at. Or who may be a little less popular, but they may become your gem at Disney World. So we are eating at the Grand Floridian Cafe. Reservations easy to book. Beer Garden, reservations easy to book. There's even reservations now, I will say, with Be Our Guest. So Be Our Guest, we all know, is booked immediately, and I was trying to get a lunch reservation. Be flexible. That's my number one thing I could say. Be flexible and be consistent. I checked every single day, about 2 or 3 times a day, to see if a reservation would pop up. Because around that 45-day mark, there are some pocket of times where more popular restaurants will have availabilities, but like the availability is like a 5-minute span. Because, you know, people who may have booked 180 days out, 45, 35 days before their trip, they may have to move things around. They're starting to realize maybe they didn't want to go to that restaurant, or, you know, they have to switch park days, so they're not going to be at Crystal Palace. They'll be at, you know, Epcot that day. So around that time, start looking for maybe more popular restaurants. For Be Our Guest, I found a lunch reservation at 11:50, and I went to book it. I thought I had it, and when I put in my information, it took me back to the home page because somebody had gotten it. So like, that's how quick the time span is to try to get a popular reservation. And for Be Our Guest, don't even try for dinner. If you're trying to get there for breakfast or lunch, because those are the ones that people will probably drop faster than dinner. Because dinner is the table service and breakfast and lunch are quick service. So I had lost that reservation, and then about 2 hours later, I checked again randomly on the app, and another reservation popped up, and I was able to get it. So I would definitely say, for your last minute trip, download the app, because, you know, while you're out and about, maybe you're waiting in line at the grocery store or something, you can check, you know, a reservation that you may be trying to get. Another thing with dining is that, you know, I was saying, you know, check 45 days ahead, or keep checking at that point, but if you're already in the parks and you check, you know, a day before, there will be reservations to open up, because people aren't charged like the $10 reservation fee or the cancellation fee, I think 48 or 24 hours before the reservation. So like the night before you want a reservation, check, because a lot of people will probably drop the reservation by then. Another tip is, if you have a reservation and, you know, you can't make it due to an illness, call the reservation people, because they will usually waive the fee for sickness. When I wasn't feeling well before 50's prime time, Summer called about an hour before our reservation, and she said that, you know, there was an illness in the party, and we just couldn't make it, and they waived the fee. So if you're ever worried about losing a reservation fee, I feel like 9 times out of 10 they will waive the fee for you. I know it's only $10, but it is a nice little Disney touch. But a positive thing of planning a super last minute trip is that, like, there are no countdowns for everything. When we booked, you know, 6 months out, or even we booked like a month before that, you know, it was kind of like counting down to, we can do the dining, then we can do the FastPasses, and then we can order for Be Our Guest, and then we get our magic bands. When you book last minute, you're already in the countdown, you know, you already have to, when I booked the hotel, I already had to get the FastPasses, I was trying to find dining, I was customizing the magic band, so everything happened really fast, and I think that like brings more excitement to it, because although our trip isn't spontaneous per se, since I've kind of planned it all, it is, because, you know, I had to do different like avenues for everything that I normally wouldn't have done. But like, the best thing is that no matter if you planned it like 6 months out or 60 days out, you are going to Walt Disney World, which is pretty awesome. So I hope you guys like this video of, you know, the difference between booking way far in advance and booking last minute for Disney. It is different, but I think both offer a different experience, you know, one that you may have not been put in before. So yeah, if anybody is going to Disney like last minute, or if you ever had a last minute vacation and you got that like coveted like California Grill like reservation, or you got like a last minute Ohana reservation, then leave a comment down below. And also leave a comment down below what your favorite resort is. I'm really curious into people's resorts, like what's your favorite value, moderate, and deluxe if you've stayed at all the different levels. Because I'm staying at All-Star Movies and I'm very excited because I love the theming. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because we are less than on the way until my Disney videos. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye!